What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Video's a little late. Yes, I did get a haircut. I know it looks good. But we're pretty much going to be going over the trade recap that I took Wednesday. Ended up taking one loss in the morning and then pretty much went out with half risk and just minimized a little bit what I lost in the morning. Pretty much going to be going over what I saw going into today, the outlook. I'll go over it. This is pretty much what I had going into the morning. I want to see some sort of manipulation down at open, possibly sweeping out London lows, and then I want to see something before I move higher. So yeah, that's pretty much what I had going into today. Just looking on the 4-hour, right, came down, in equilibrium, pushed up, creating this CISD here, respecting that. Pretty much this looks like accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So we're obviously still bullish. So we're also within this range right here. Never close below. Same goes with here. But let's go into the hourly. What I did notice, the whole government shut down. We ended up dumping overnight. So this is pretty much Asia open right here, pretty much dumped. Reversal going into London, which was followed by a 1-hour CISD, which I was pretty much eyeing like a hawk. You can see we pretty much respected it. Never had a body candle closure below. Going into the 15-minute, right? This is essentially almost what we had, right? Manipulation down, some sort of SMT before we move higher. So what I was looking at here. Now we could be like, where is the SMT? Correct. So pretty much we had one right here, right? Because there's no SMT here, right? So before we get a move higher, I'm looking for SMT. So I ended up having this SMT here, right at 9:30, created the SMT, and then pretty much is followed by a breaker. So from here, I was looking for longs. I was in class, and I was like, this looks good. Like, we're respecting the 1 hour, have that move higher. Created this breaker. Well, essentially, this can come, or I guess, yeah, this can be a breaker. Because, right, this is the up move right before the down move. This wouldn't be it because this not the correct down move. So it's also overlapping with the first presented for value gap. So essentially I went long, had limit set in here. I think, this loss was a lot bigger than I planned it to be. See, I was in with 5 or 4 micros. I think I was targeting at least here. Yeah, definitely higher. But yeah, stop loss, I think I had it below the 9:30 open. Yeah, because you don't want to see this get, or I think our stop loss is like, because you don't really want to come down this much. Yeah, I think I had it like right here. So pretty much where your stop loss should be for the most part. Ideally it should be below this. So kind of a big stop loss, but you're targeting higher. So that's pretty much what I had. Ended up getting stopped out real quick. Didn't even have my stop loss set because I was walking home from class. You see, I pretty much got filled and got stopped out within like 2 minutes. Get my stop loss set right here. So the only reason why this didn't work and why my bias still, played true is just the fact that we had 10 a.m. news. So, yeah. Usually I do wait for 10 a.m. news, but I like this setup. We usually, like, when we manipulate down to 9:30, followed by an expansion, then 10:30 will likely distribute higher. But in this case, 10 a.m. We just manipulated one more time. So we pretty much didn't do shit here. I was still, pretty fucking bullish until these highs. So what I was looking at was just another breaker forming, because we saw the SMT, correct? So now we can zoom out a little bit. Pretty much what I saw, like, you still have this SMT here. Saw this SMT here. So now your breaker pretty much gets moved to this high right here. Put this back on. So right, this is another breaker because we did, this is just your breaker, but we have SMT, so still a breaker in my eyes, but so this the second trade I ended up taking. I saw that we created relative equal highs here. So it's like, this down move would definitely push us higher to take out these highs. So I ended up going long, or had limits set right here. Long here, stop loss below here, because if we zoom out the 15-minute, yeah, this is the 15-minute candle's low, so very good stop loss. Kind of what I'm mistaken on this trade was I let the previous loss, psychologically, just make me want to get out of this trade early just to reduce what I lost. When in reality, every trade is unique. Every trade has the opportunity to become, a winner. So kind of what I was doing is, right when we took out this high, I was pretty much done. I was like, I'm just going to get out. I was pretty much bullish in the day just because of the daily CRT we ended up having. I think it was, so something like this. We ended up taking out the low, right? YM type the N wall. Like, it looks very, very good. And so ideally the draw liquidity would be this high, and then from there, these relative equal highs, we have all-time highs. So put this back. Yeah, literally just by like 1 point. So I ended up just messing up by letting the trade, kind of just throw me off, because ideally I wanted to go break even right after NQ took out the high. But what I failed to notice, we're also at all-time highs, and ideally we should just let it run. The one thing why I got out a little early, just because we had an unmitigated 15-minute fair value gap, we could easily see price come back down. Honestly, looking back at it, I was just, affected by losing in the morning. Right, I let that affect me and throw me off of the trade, when every trade is, unique, and it shouldn't be affected by, what you previously lost. So could have easily held this trade. I think I was risking half what I usually do. I think I was risking about like 180. I think it was like 180. Or I was in with, I took it on ES, but I was only with 0.5. So yeah, I mean, this is 175 risk, right? And I ended up getting out here for like a 1 RR. Or we could just do this. Yeah, something like in here. Oh no, I could easily held it to here, which is the actual draw of equity. Could have sold some here. This is about a 2 RR, and then just eventually held some runners to all-time highs. But I just let the previous trade, scare me, and definitely gonna learn from it. Ideally, I shouldn't take this trade. If I never took this trade, I definitely would have held this to at least here. So yeah, it's just a learning experience that when I take a trade and lose, it throws me off the next trade becoming a winner, because I'm just more worried about getting back those losses rather than just actually trading what the charts show me. Because we run here, take out this high SMT, and I could have easily went break even, but it was just unmitigated 15-minute. But I actually be more confident in my trades. But yeah, definitely get a learning experience for me. Didn't lose that much. Ideally, I should have been around break even on the day, but ended up down 193 across 4 footers. So that's about $1,000. So 3 of the accounts are sitting at 140. This is very good at learning experience for me, because this is where your real emotions are, right? It comes when you're actually unfunded, when you're actually copy trading accounts. Like, this is raw emotions, what I'm able to see. On evals, it's different because you're only risking $50, but on these, you're pretty much risking, like, this is $1,000 all in. So yeah, this trade was good. This trade I could have easily got off, but coming off from a test, didn't have much sleep, failed the fuck out of my test. Ended up getting like a 58, but yeah, so I was just looking for a trade because I want to get some sort of revenge on the market, when ideally that's not what you should be doing. Should just got off, went home. Yeah, I usually take Mondays and Fridays off, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This trade, I just gotta wait for news. But besides the fact, when my model does form, I do take it, right? And most of the time it does win. So what I'm gonna start doing is just be more patient, and on these trades, I ideally just need to risk more. Well, it doesn't really matter about risk that much, but it's just like I just need to like be patient and just take these trades. Because when I wait, I get paid. Like, that's a damn fact. But yeah, that's pretty much a trade recap. How I lost $1,000. Still kind of. I'm only really down a little bit on these Sundays, but I just need to be more patient. Only had one trade this week. The whole government shut down. Didn't really see much opportunities. Yesterday, I didn't really see much. Today, we had a little opportunity. I guess I'll go over it real quick. Since we're at it. But pretty much on the 4 hour, right, still respecting this 4 hour, came back down. The only thing I didn't like is that we inversed this and took out all time highs. So, right, the draw liquidity's been, completed. But we pretty much had the SMT here. Right, still respecting this 1 hour, this here breaker, lower low. Respecting this breaker, respecting this 1 hour, came back, tap in here. Pretty much had a nice move at open, right? 15-minute breaker ended up being this right here, that move. But yeah, you pretty much go long here. Target. The only thing I didn't like is that we already took this high, so could easily chopped. But your stop loss would be pretty much below here, edged it. And then right when we came back down, right, this is your 10 a.m., right? The only thing I didn't like about this is, like, the reversal doesn't make sense. Right, like, I understand, like, ES, tap the breaker, right, we have SMT, but just where we reversing from just didn't make sense. Like, if there was an hour for value gap down here, I would have been comfortable taking it, but there's no, like, P, right? Like, when I look for, like, a 5-minute for value gap, like, it's not even that. Just didn't make sense while we reverse here, and you can see ES is obviously the leading pair. But yeah, I didn't take this at all. This is pretty much what my model consists of, and you pretty much target here. Let's see what standard deviation. Let me reverse this bitch real quick. Yeah, so it's your manipulation leg down, and you could easily just scale it here. So this is my model again on a Friday. The only thing I didn't like is we also didn't have NFP today because the whole government shut down, pretty much pushes news away, but we still did have PMI. But yeah, it's next week, I don't even know, bro. Big holiday on Monday, that's chill, CPI, so we'll see. CPI, PPI, so we'll see what next week brings us, and be a little more patient, a little more cautious. Just because I understand, like, the best way psychologically for me to pass these accounts is really just to be patient. I shouldn't be taking more than 2-3 trades a week. But because on Evo I had no problems. I had a fucking good ass month. I mean, you guys saw it on the YouTube. But should be more patient, and when price showing me otherwise, I just shouldn't take the trade. But this could have easily been avoided. This could have been a way bigger day. But I obviously let the emotions and the impact of the previous trade affect how I trade on that trade, which really shouldn't happen because the chart's still going to produce information, and it's psychologically up to you how you're going to perceive that information, how you're going to move forward from it. So yeah, still showing on these fund days, right? I'm only down like 140, right? Like I still have like $1,400 of wiggle room, which is chilling. These, but I have fucking like 14. Yeah, I have that same amount of drawdown left, but I'm chilling. I'm not. You're really affected by this because I know my ability to bounce back, and yeah, I'm confident in myself, confident in the trades I'm taking. Outlooks have been fucking spot on this week. Just don't really get the entries, so yeah, I mean my outlooks this whole week have been pretty much spot on. So yeah, I'm not gonna let one losing trade this week throw me off of my potential and what I can achieve. So. Let's see what's happening here. Damn. The fuck? What the fuck? Let's check this out real quick. This is your breaker too, 15-minute. Oh shit, here's your breaker. Oh shit. Now the only thing is, like, we already took out the drop liquidity, like, how do you know it's gonna go higher? But yeah, I mean, this is your unicorn entry. Right, this is your breaker. Jesus, bro, I don't know what the fuck just happened. You get into what? 5 minute, I mean, I don't even know where you enter. Damn, what the fuck just happened? I don't know, but y'all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy yourself, stay safe, see you guys next week. Hopefully this government shutdown shit isn't too long, but yeah, until then, peace.